they just want to get right back into the heat of the battle. Warlock, first ban almost every single game. No surprise there. Witch Doctor as well.
Okay, we're back. I think it ended up cutting the last little bit of the last one, but it's what it is. Here we are,
Well,
game two.
game two links and the bans. They did not hesitate with the bans yet again. Just coming out fast and furious here.
Yeah. They're swift
No,
on it, eh?
no surprise here. The Lost Boys don't want to play against that
There it
Void
is.
Spirit.
There it
It's
is.
Puck as well, and you know what? That's a great counter ban here from The Last of Us to ban out the Puck. Um, as well as Octavine did on Sniper in our last match. Octavine is a Puck main as far as I know it. So maybe did a little bit of homework here. The Last of Us don't want to see some of these super comfortable picks come out from the Lost Boys. A lot of respect being shown there.
For sure. We got the Bounty Hunter coming out first on The Last of Us. I like it. I think this is the
I like
first
it.
Bounty Hunter showing we're having in the tournament. And it's a nasty one, especially in the laning stage. If you're fighting up against this hero and you're a melee hero, they could buy to a chunk of your gold.
Absolutely. This hero makes you think long and hard about that pause one pick. Um, definitely that pause one pick because it causes a lot of trouble and can be very versatile. Good flex pick.
The hero is able to dish out quite a bit of damage, quite similar to a Nyx assassin, where you can sneak around the map, kind of point out where the enemy team is, potentially pick up some nice squishy hero ganks here and there.
Well, it also makes you think if the Lost Boys were thinking about some form of draft with Invis in that mix. I don't know, maybe a Ricky, something. You gotta really double check what you were planning to do with that bounty hunter there. Venge, really solid pick here.
Hmm.
Great flex pick.
Yeah, that's a great swap for saves. The single target stun. Does it still pierce BKB? It did at one point. I don't know if that's something they removed on the hero or not.
Great, great question.
I'll have to take a look at the
I'm gonna
kit.
have a look right now. Just
But certainly any like physical damage hero on your team is gonna appreciate the Venge pick. The minus armor and the damage buff as well. Banning out the Death Prophet. You see a Lich ban.
yeah, it doesn't pierce debuff immunity anymore.
Mm.
Um, but still, such a viable stun.
Yeah.
All that minus armor and the vengeance or a buff in the lane. Yeah, Venge, wherever Venge goes, can always cause, a lot of chaos.
Yeah, certainly the
Necro.
swap, like the signature kind of skill on the hero that can really just suddenly shift a fight entirely, or catch a team off guard, and all of a sudden one of your heroes is out of position. It's can be quite devastating.
And if you're lucky enough to get a scepter, if you're anything like me, really fun hero because even when you're dead, you still got a shot.
Mhm.
Storm Spirit getting banned out here, kind of taking away that well that spirit lineup with that quick mobility and ability to jump in and out and cause tons of damage and havoc.
Yeah. Do you think the Lost Boys will pick the sniper again?
I don't know that if we see sniper here. I kind of know. I kind of feel like when you pick sniper and you don't win, you almost have to move away from it because when you pick sniper and you get that hero, you always kind of expect to win. I don't know. At least I do.
For sure. Like you know
Well,
the enemy
we
team
got
played against it.
the sniper.
Can you hear me, Drum? cut out for me there for a bit.
Wild pick of it. It's going to be fun to watch. Yeah,
Oh, it might be on my end. My Discord seems to be lagging? Question mark.
I think Shin thinks.
I apologize. I think I'm going to try reconnecting here. One second. Do, do, do. There we go. Is that better?
I don't know if it was on your end or on my end, but something was going on there.
Yeah, I
Can
seem to have sorted it now.
Okay, yeah, some little Discord, I think, connection.
So,
But
yeah.
I'm just loving this. I'm loving the Bat Rider here, and Bloodseeker coming out from The Last of Us again, securing that comfort pick.
Yeah. We saw the Bloodseeker on the other side, right? It was the
Oh
Lost
yeah,
Boys
I
that.
was just about to say, wait a minute. No, they're just maybe they're securing it. They're probably yeah. My apologies. Lost Boys were with Bloodseeker. Yeah, it could be just kind of protecting against that. No, it's really really strong.
The Bat Rider pick is interesting. I think the hero is a good hero. Has that BKB piercing disable, but challenging. I think a challenging hero that can kind of easily fall flat if the player can't maneuver it right.
I'll be honest. I think it got really scary as soon as that Bloodseeker came out, and there's going to be three more heroes coming out from The Last of Us that could make it really really tricky for a Bat Rider.
Mhm.
You get cracked and ruptured and silenced. Suddenly, you can't do anything. Jakiro, whew, big pick from The Last of Us. That is going to be a lot to contend with. Huge magic damage, good tower push.
Yeah, strong hero, great for team fighting. Just provides such a nice stability in your team fight. Ice paths can definitely make it hard for. I mean, a hero like Void Spirit would have some trouble with the ice path, right? Because you can kind of just place it on top of areas he's gonna go to. I think the Dawnbreaker go out in the Last Boys. That one's so the Last Boys, the Lost Boys.
Oh man, I know. It's crazy.
Dawnbreaker, great pick, has this sort of global presence to be able to kind of show up to any fight. Once that ultimate's off cooldown.
There's the jug. There's the jug. I like it. We're kind
Yeah.
of talking about it in the last draft, but just oh wow, really quick. There it is. Centaur, solid three.
It's good. I like the Jug versus the Bloodseeker. I think that's a decent carry matchup in the Jug's favor.
Yep.
But I'm a little concerned. I want to see a little more damage on the Lost Boys. They don't really like, other than the Omni Slash.
And you know how that one's tough, man. That one's a long cooldown.
Yeah.
Really slows your tempo down. Ember and all the spirits, really, those tempo spirits just coming out that
See the
don't want
sniper
to
ban
kill.
come out. You know, I'm smiling now.
Really, these guys are unbelievable. I love this. We don't have games like this where the draft doesn't go down literally to the last second, and I'm losing my mind. Um, but these guys, look at this. Just
Just swiftly
draft
coming out with their picks.
drafts over.
They just want to get to the game.
We're cutting to the action. The OD on Octavine. This is going to be something to watch here. Rufio on the jug. We got hats, links.
We got hats. Look at the Vengeance hat.
We got hats, and that bounty hunter is old man on the bounty hunter is almost swaying me just because I've never seen anything like that before. Venge, that's pretty impressive. Bat Rider, I like
Rider
it.
is very impressive.
Sorry, Octavine.
Yeah, OD's kind of the sad hero that doesn't. I don't know. I feel like a lot of his
Yeah.
sets just kind of look the same.
Yeah, there's a couple things that you could have, but I don't know. This is a tough one. I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it to I'm gonna give it to The Last of Us.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
It's just
and it's a
it,
lot to do with old man with that bounty hunter.
for me. It's Rufio. Rufio the Jug kind of just looks like he finished having a shower and came out with a
It's
towel around his belly. He's, oh, we're having a
it,
game now.
it's old school. It's an old school. I mean, he's got that banner. I mean,
The banner's
I know
cool.
that
Yeah, yeah.
I know that set, but that is old school. And hats off to that 2013 set that you got on there. I love it.
Bringing it back.
There's the title belt again. For anyone who's watching, remembers the last game when we called out Centaur's title belt. All right, Lynx, here we go. We
You
got
want to do
action.
intros? You want to do introductions this time?
Nah, take the intros, Lynx. You're
Okay.
the host here.
Alrighty. So we've got Octavine rocking the Outer World Destroyer. Crazy Ninja Smurf will be playing the Vengeful Spirit with the wings and the hat. I love that again. And then we've got Rex Cowbell on the Dawnbreaker. We got Rufio on the Juggernaut. Sergeant Sarcasm on the Batrider. On the side of Dire, we've got Pork Chop playing the Twin Head Jakiro.
Nice.
Thirst Boy Chugwater playing the Bloodseeker. And then we've got Old Man rocking the Old Man Bounty Hunter. Boy Who Cried Smurf on the DK. And finally, certainly not last or least, Turkish Martha Stewart playing Centaur. Did I miss anybody? No.
Love it.
A bit of a different strat here. We saw both teams going for the bottom ones before, but now looks like just the Dire. Rufio is taking a look over here, hoping to get himself something.
Rufio's got to be careful here.
He's wading into the
That's
deep
a little
end.
soon on that spin. He could be in trouble.
Doesn't know there's a bounty
Might
next
be
to him.
able to,
Gets the stun.
he could scurry over to lane. I think he's going to be okay, but
Taking some damage.
little soon on the spin, but escapes
He's got six
nonetheless.
tangos. He'll regen it up.
We got a really nice observer ward here on the mid lane. That's a cheeky little spot to put it.
Hmm. You have the option of. I guess you don't. I don't have on the top right of being able to see another caster's.
No, I just kind of got to control my own camera here, but
Hmm.
I'm looking at the mid lane right now because it was such a great matchup in that last match. Octavine, definitely, I got to assume you're going to have the upper hand here with OD on this Smurf Dark. Oh my gosh, what's happening here? Sorry, my game just lagged out. Yeah, Dragon Knight might have a little bit of a disadvantage with the melee, but again, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, OD is definitely an oppressive mid. And certainly DK just has the regen and the meat to kind of just sustain a repressive mid lane. So it'll be interesting to see how both of these players can to turn their lane into their advantage.
The ability to Astral Imprison just lets you secure those last hits and kind of deny. I mean, wow, Smurf is not messing around
Oh,
with
we
the
got a
mana pool.
spin. Turkish Martha Stewart going down to the spin.
Last of my kind, but first.
And Rufio's a bit low, but does pick up first blood there. In the top lane, well, the Venge and Jakiro trading off here, but I'm sorry, the Batrider and the Jakiro, but
Ashamed of its past and its horrific crimes,
heroes will walk away.
has just thrown itself onto an enemy
Man seems to be doing the old career pickoff strat. He placed himself a ward back there, ready to see any couriers that come, but I don't know. The Dire team is aware. They're sending their couriers the long way around.
Yeah, they were definitely wise to it. may have just kind of scoped it out and saw what they were doing early.
The bounty room's up mid now. Not sure if either of these heroes buy a bottle.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they did, although Dragon Knight depleted
They've got
his
the stomp
mana.
on the jug. He is getting a bit low. He does have the spin, but
Oh yeah,
lots of
Jug taking a
damage.
lot of damage there.
And they do get the sentry ward up so they can see this bounty hunter. Trying to be a menace.
He's kind of sniffing around. Maybe he sees a courier, but it's a little late to go and catch it.
Definitely don't want to leave your core too alone. Oh, they do spot him out. And the dust go out. The spin goes just out of reach,
Not
though.
going to be enough without boots. And that just lets Centaur kind of set up and hit some abilities here. I mean, keeping Rufio low and also without the healing ward. Tangos are only going to do so much before you start getting zoned out of this lane a little sooner than you thought you would. And just that harassment from Bounty Hunter, but going to exchange a little bit with Venge here.
There is a kill happening in the top. Dawn does go down. Likely to the blood right, and just the massive amount of just damage that Jakiro can do in lane. He did opt for the Liquid Frost, which does up your damage quite nicely.
Big spin coming up from the Jug. Could get the pick. Pick gets the Bounty Hunter.
Nice kill pick up in there. That's the second kill in the bottom lane there. Good so far for the Lost Boys in that safe lane.
Seeing the horsepower coming out from the Centaur here. Got the double bracer already. Working on the third. I'll be watching that one carefully because I've been playing it a little bit lately just to see how it works. Jakiro getting gone on by Dawnbreaker. Bloodseeker going to play a little bit of defense with the Blood Right. Dual Breath comes out, burning down on a little bit, going under tower. Jakiro's just going to kind of hang back. Bloodseeker's low, but they're going to hold on.
Going in again.
Looking for that last hit.
Which is on there. No.
Blood Right, this could be enough.
In a bit of
That's
trouble, yeah. Oh, and the
thirst.
Thirst is giving him the movement speed. It's not enough, though. He does have the windlace.
Yeah, conservative play from Bloodseeker. Just gonna come back and heal up a little bit, get these last hits, probably take some denies.
Oh, spotting the courier. Oh, it's working around. He's running for it.
Oh, he's gonna hit that one shot Janata on the courier.
Oh, I feel like I was gonna. Oh yeah, you checked it out. That magic missile no longer pierces spell immunity.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Got to be really frustrating for Rufio on the Jug here. Just constantly having your courier taken out.
Yeah, it's definitely sets you back when you're not able to get your items out for the lane.
You count on those items at this kind of early stage in the game just to give you that little bit of edge to get those last hits and hang in there and not take so much damage. But yeah, old man's he's playing it well here, doing his job, taking his shots, stealing a little bit of money.
Even the Jug has quite a bit of last hits.
Look over to mid lane real quick here. Dragon Knight's getting a little bit low, and you're starting to see Octavine on OD just start to dominate this lane a little bit.
Definitely, lots of damage starts coming out of him, especially with the Astral Imprisonment. Able to secure the last hits he wants, but also a decent amount of damage.
In the top lane, Dawnbreaker goes down.
Well, Sergeant Sarcasm in a bit of trouble. Is applying nice damage, but getting risky.
He's got to get out.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
He's showing now with the thirst. They do have eyes on him.
Bounty Hunter's going to grab the Wisdom Rune, and he might be able to. I think Bounty Hunter's going to scout him out and just get that pick
on Martha Stewart is going to go down to the spin.
There it is.
To see my enemies grow rich is missing.
Rufio getting very low and needs to get that healing ward over to him.
Yeah.
There we go.
Did pick up a kill on the Centaur. Once again, the Stewart.
Dire's bottom
Bit too
tower
close to
under
that
attack.
spin. Oh, and Rex Cow gets the kill on the Bloodseeker. Pushing back a little bit on this lane, I
Dire's
think was.
bottom tower is being attacked.
Octavian's found the bounty hunter in the mid lane, but starting to deal a lot of damage. And has ult, so definitely gonna need to look out for that. That's the entity's eclipse. He's done.
Pork chop.
Shakiro's probably gonna go down to an ult, but maybe not. Dragon Knight comes in.
Yeah, definitely maybe could have picked up that kill if he got his ult off. Hero has to be careful here. That
You
nuke
might be
is...
looking for that double. You might be looking for more than just one hero.
I think we're getting a blade now. Ult spin out. Going for the bounty hunter, but...
Play it safe here and secure some last hits and back off. Bounty seems to be everywhere on this map. You know, he's really moving around. He was just mid lane. I'm looking bottom lane. He's bottom now.
Picked up the XP rune on the enemy side. Or his own team side? No, he was on... Yeah, he picked up the Radiant XP rune.
None for you.
Top lane looked to be making maybe a move on
Rupture goes out. Not great for the Bat Rider. He's got the TP, but it's not gonna get him out.
Dawn's just gonna have to kind of sit back here.
Are pretty even in the mid lane. DK just shy XP of the OD.
Dawnbreaker's got to play it safe here because he's going to get flanks by this Jakiro. They're going to start dealing some damage. Ice Path comes out.
Decent damage. Oh, well, we do have the mid rotating in. Might be able to pick up a kill here on the Bloodseeker.
Should be able to pick off blood.
Rotation.
Really nice play.
There goes the entire map reveal. Flagging everyone's game.
Yeah, I think it shocks me every time I see that.
I want to see a Nature's Prophet all go off at the same time.
Big stun coming out from Venge and the great spin. Old man's going to go down. Rufio starting to move along here. He's got a little bit of a streak going on.
Yeah, definitely. He's got, let's see, 4 kills. Definitely good for him.
4-0. He's moving along. He's having a great lane here, and just looking to get that farming item as quick as possible. I think Centaur might need to start getting a little more aggressive with him.
Pressure with the DD. Not sure if he sees the bounty hunter creeping up on him. They do have the stun. He's taking damage.
Play on Octavine.
First item Force Staff though is going to keep him safe.
Wow. Wasn't expecting to see the Force Staff at 11 minutes, but
yeah, it's, I mean,
seriously well played.
Hero loves having the int,
Tower is being attacked.
and Force Staff certainly will get you out of some tricky situations.
Yeah, and not before long it's going to be a Hurricane Pike, and that's just going to be that much better, so... Well, old man just sort of sitting in the trees here, and maybe he's talking to the team here about making a play on this Octavie. We got to stop this mid. We got to take him down.
He does have his 6 now. He's going to start to be able to track heroes.
Track comes out. Jakiro's coming in.
Do have some help from Rex Cow though. A bit low mana, but filling up to help. There's that Force Staff.
Comes out. Some damage coming down here. They gotta be careful.
Jakiro in a bit of trouble now. Sergeant Sarcasm in there.
OD is in a huge. They're just kind of getting split up here.
Oh, saves himself.
Prisoner to save it. Split second before the Shuriken. Wow.
Man, now getting caught out under the tower. Good rotation by the Radiant team to help out that mid fight. And Octavine getting out, saving himself. You see how the Thirst, along with the Bounty Hunter rack, is going to give them some tricky situations to try and get out of.
the big investment going after this OD right now, but I totally get why they want to do it. It's it's going to take even more to probably pull him down, but they got to start doing it now. I think
For
it's a great
sure.
idea. Great strat. Just kind
Regen
of guarding the
rune.
regen rune, using that astral imprisonment to.
I'm gonna give it to the support that needs it most. Look at that. Look at that love for the
Radiant's
supports.
middle tower is
Great
taking damage.
communication. Really, really solid communication.
I was meant to have
They will
this.
apply pressure with the dragon
Radiant's middle tower is being
in the
attacked.
mid.
Radiant have fortified
Two
their tower.
dragons just trying to chunk out, do what they do best and chunk out towers. It looks like Octavine is going to defend it. Yeah, so in goes a swap. Here comes the Dawnbreaker ult, coming in to help. Centaur ult, oh, that's
Or
going to go
try to get them out of
mobility.
it, but astral imprisonment comes out in the mid lane. Hero's just
Puts
going to
out
get
the
melted
ult.
down here. Dragon Knight's got to think twice about standing in there for that man fight, because, oof, big damage coming out.
I'm liking how the Radiant are working together this early. They're really ensuring that these fights are going in their favor.
Yeah, the Lost Boys are, they're playing really, really strong,
Radiant's top
aggressive
tower is
Dota,
under
but they're
siege.
kind of letting them bring the fight to them
Dire's
and
middle tower
responding
taking
accordingly.
damage.
So much resources going in
Radiant's
to try
top
to take
tower
the
is
OD
being
down,
attacked.
and all the while you're just getting
Dire's middle tower is
you're
being
getting
attacked.
damage from everybody else.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Few heroes
Radiant's top
tracked.
tower is
Pressure's still being applied. They want to see this mid tower go down. Scow going in, trying to get the last hit on it, but he's in a bit of a trouble here now. Oh, swap to save him. There's the support life right there. Saves his core.
Last of Us take down the Venge, trying to claw back a little bit here, and
Radiant has lost their top tower.
in really good shape across though.
Radiant's
Last
middle
hits,
tower is
denies,
taking
really,
damage.
really even. Bit of an edge coming out from
Radiant courier dead. And before ever
coming out from the Last of
Radiant's
Us.
middle tower is taking damage.
Looks like we're getting some XP runes getting picked up for each team.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. No more middle
Centaur's
tower for
completed
Radiant.
that blade mail, so
That'll definitely give him some presents. Working on the Blink Dagger next.
and that's an interesting thing. I've been kind of watching it a little bit throughout the game. Just this horsepower build, pretty good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, certainly like being able to save money on the boots and just being able to give yourself a bracer earlier.
Well, you get all the other benefits. Okay, Bloodseeker getting gone on. We've got farmers only Rex Cow here doing some damage, and there we go. Good pick on the Bloodseeker here.
Nice flame break shot by the Bat Rider. This hero has some skill shots and being able to use the skill of that hero to make it as sure
Hero's
it's
gonna have to
effective.
pull out all the stops here. Macropyre down, but it's not going to be enough. OD's got to play it a little bit safer and has to
DK
get back.
going up now, ready to apply some pressure back. That's like a madness. No ulti yet though. More 15 seconds. Well, Juggernaut just taking what he wants out of the lane, leading the way in last hits. In terms of net worth, he's also leading. Kind of having the lane he wants.
Dire's bottom tower
I'm already
under
picking
fire.
up the Mjolnir, 17-minute Mjolnir. It'd be good for
Crazy
their team.
timings coming from Rufio. The crazy timings. This is, now that I'm watching this, sorry, going back, I got to go back to the hats real quick here, Lynx. Not to derail us completely, but look at that! Look at that effect on that sword. This old school jug looks pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, Rufio's really kind of almost untouched at this point. Just kind of getting everything you want as a jug. You're at that 17-minute mark now, and you don't have to worry about farming. for the rest of the game. You've got everything you need and more with that milliner.
Yeah, I think the Dire team are going to want to start paying attention to that. You let the Jug get the free farm he wants, he's going to start to look like the most powerful hero on the map pretty
What
soon.
do you do? What do you do here, Lynx? Do you go for that quick scepter, or do you get him at the, you know?
Looks like he's aiming for S and Y. Really a popular item now. He's amidst the
This
Omni
one.
Slash.
Oh wow,
Oh,
Centaur in big trouble here. He's gonna have to use the ult.
oh, still looking for the stun. Centaur not afraid. Be a
Backup's
little bit
coming in
careful.
though. Dawnbreaker's coming in, and old man just kind of scouting it out here. What's he gonna do? OD's here now. The whole team's here.
Smack the
Macropyre
fire.
comes out. Huge damage coming out. Dragon Knight's gonna go down.
Yeah. Pork Chop in trouble here now. It's likely going to go down. Bounty Hunter
Enough
does pick up
hero.
a kill on the Jug, though. Looked around and just picked out the most valuable hero.
Bottom tower is in pieces.
Has to be careful here. His Invis is still on cooldown.
Old man doing some of the dirty work, and
This is what you
he
have
needs
to
get
do,
out of
huh?
here. The dust comes out. He got just the edge of that dust. He's gonna be in
Odie's
big
here to
trouble. Swap
help.
comes out. And OD dealing big damage. Mega kill.
Not bad,
Yeah,
not bad at all.
this is when it starts to get scary. When ODs start to do this at this stage in the game, you go, oh my gosh, how are we gonna stop this?
Yeah, he's
You
rushing
don't
the
want it to snowball
Agnums.
too far.
And we saw firsthand what this Agnum Scepter can do. It beefs up the heroes so much, like you're taking them down, it's looking good, but all of a sudden this hero just gets this massive amount of shield that just like almost feels like a second life for the hero. Taking down the hero is just becomes that much more difficult.
I swear it's the cheese block. I swear I do. I think it's
Yeah,
the cheese block links. I don't know.
yeah, definitely. Just scarfs the big old cheese block and thought it was dead. I'm not anywhere near dead. You're gonna spin and TP out. This is gonna succeed.
But he
Oh, he TP'd right back
the
there.
wrong
Oh
spot.
no.
Must have just hit the
Yeah.
misclick and didn't double tap it to get back to Fountain. And
Yeah.
that rider is going to go down here. Octavine standing in. Going to be enough damage to take down the Dragon Knight. Ice Path just misses. Dawnbreaker's not done. Old man, last man,
man.
standing here.
He's down.
Octavine going to pick up even more kills here. Moving up to 6-0 on that mid OD. Kind of scary.
Even though they've managed to kill the Jug twice now, kind of back to back. Definitely doing a good job to slow him down. We see the Bloodseeker taking the lead on the net worth now.
Nobody's looking at him right now. I was, just looking at the net worth and last hits here. I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense right now that the Lost Boys are kind of getting the kills, but at what cost, right? Bloodseeker's pulling ahead in a big way right now.
Radiant's top tower is
We've seen a lot of this hero in this meta, and definitely do not want to let this Bloodseeker get too big. It starts to become quite the menace. Looks like they are going to group up for their Tormentor. Boys. It's going to be a Shard for the Venge. TPs now. Jug going straight TP down into no man's land. I don't know. That's risky. They got a lot of Dire team around him. Nobody else seems to be committing down here. Blood. He's gonna no, he just used his TP. He's gonna go down. That's third time now. Rufio getting killed quite early. He's that great lead that we saw him pulling ahead now is diminishing right before our eyes.
attacked.
Yeah, kind of three unanswered deaths here from that great start. That tower's going to go down, and real estate's going to get eaten up a little bit. Both teams kind of opposite ends of the map here.
Yeah,
Old man just kind of playing way out ahead, just trying to find that pick off. There's not going to be anything there, but maybe you get that answer back here. and take that top tower.
Structures are
He's got to do some damage to it.
Yeah, certainly that tier 1 on the safe lane side, especially this
tower is under
deep into mid game, becomes a risky proposition to go to.
And
Kind of putting yourself out.
Jakiro kind of saying, you know what, maybe I'm going to defend this tower. No one else is there, but certainly getting a lot of respect from the Lost Boys. Thinking twice about knocking that thing over.
Just have the opportunity to put some vision down, so once this tower goes down, they'll be able to see.
tower is being attacked.
It's like we're having some TPs come in.
Surprised if they
Last
wanted
of
to
us are
defend this.
defending it. Tower goes down. We do have a TP from the Dragon Knight coming in. The Empire does go down. Rexfile in some hurt.
Big trouble. Huge damage.
Lifesteal or Bloodseeker now kind of on the front here. Well, with his team, they might supply a bit of pressure here. Oh, they do see the bounty hunter. Goes the ult. The rupture goes down. Rufio commits the ultimate, but he's in trouble. He's surrounded. Goes down. Taking a lot of damage there.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Look at that OD is able to pump out a big damage onto that team, making them think twice about diving. And Centaur does go down.
Top tower is being attacked.
Both teams taking a lot of damage in this fight. Dire team still feeling confident enough to take this tower.
They're going to get the tower here and probably just move back, reset, eat up some more of that map, eat up some farm, heal up. But yeah, slowly kind of chugging away. You know, the kill score here doesn't necessarily reflect the map score, and at the end of the day, it's about eating up real estate and kind of
For the twins.
playing that long game. So might need to see even more aggression come out from the Lost Boys here.
Yeah, I definitely these next two, like the next 5 minutes, I think are going to be crucial. This OD needs to finish this Agnum Scepter.
He really does.
Once that's out, I think that'll give their team a nice power spike in these fights.
And that might be when we start seeing the smoke ganks come out.
Rufio needs to catch up here. He'll work his way. Once the S and Y is on, we'll be able to end in these fights a little bit better. Starting to worry. Things are shifting now towards the Dire.
What an 80 last hit swing between Bloodseeker and Jug at this point. So Rufio, yeah, he's gotta get on it. You know, that early Mjolnir, you know, which I thought was gonna kind of just secure that farm, fell off. But I mean, pickoffs happen, and they've got quite a bit of catch. You know, the Last of Us can do a lot of damage and take you out pretty quick. So might think you got safe farm, but it's not always safe.
The Dire team has been doing well to apply pressure, find the Jug, take him off when he's kind of straight, even just a little bit from his team. S and Y on the coming out for Rex Cow. Lots of Sanji Ashes. Probably a very strong item that we're seeing lots of.
Well, it's a very different look here. You know, if you know, we take last game and just the mobility and the in and out and the quick hits that we saw from Smurf in the mid lane, with all the bans taking out basically all the spirit heroes and eliminating a lot of those options. We got a really different look coming out from Smurf here, and I think he's well on his way. The Blink's going to give him some great mobility here. The S and Y obviously really good.
Looking on a Crystallis next. I think this is like he's kind of okay. I've got the meat that I need. I can stand in a fight well enough. Once this crit goes out and he's doing AoE damage with his right click, it's gonna look awfully nasty to be on the other side of.
just sort of getting scoped out a little bit by OD.
You're moving
Pocket
towards
Minions,
each other. It's this
yeah.
tier 2.
An old man's just gonna get the tracks out here. Big damage coming out on Jakiro. Might be able to get the Macro Pyre down before it's all done. Dawnbreaker ult coming in. Ice Path down. Yules comes out on the Bat Rider. Jakiro's gonna go down. Dragon Knight's down. Big ult from OD. The damage coming out. And that's gonna be Centaur. And cleanup crew on Old Man. He's got nothing he can do here. That's a triple kill.
I was meant to have this.
Oh, gosh.
Very
OD,
nice.
the force to be reckoned with. The Aghanim Scepter out.
Yeah.
Going to be incredibly hard to pull this guy down now.
I don't think it even went off, did it? See
No,
how
it didn't have to.
it's much. I mean, Rufio got a beautiful ult. Ended up doing a lot of damage, I think, onto the Dire team, which really put that fight into their favor. And then OD just kind of being able to move in, big ultimate, massive right clicks. I mean, they just didn't have enough on the Dire team to resist all that damage. We do have a pipe on the Centaur. Help a little bit.
My power swells.
Yeah, definitely always gonna benefit from the auras. Kind of the thing you got to do, I think, if you're playing Centaur. But it's gonna be tough for Bloodseeker to kind of find his way here and find a way to bring this OD down. I think Rupture is gonna be good, you know, against some other heroes here, and might be able to do some big damage, but gotta find a way to take this OD down. He's unkilled at 10-0 right now, and until you find a way to answer that, it's going to be a really tough go here for a little bit.
Now eyeing Roshan. Looks like the Dire team sitting down there. It is going to move down there in 10 seconds. Rex Cow is checking it out. On the other side.
Some great vision here from Bounty Hunter.
The Dawnbreaker is going to show it. They do... as the sun comes up, they do see the entire Dire team down there. Radiant is aware of the Roshan here.
Yeah, Lost Boys are split up and kind of looking a little bit towards top lane. Not sure if Dawnbreaker's just sort of biding his time and looking for a good ult.
TP's coming in for the Roshan. They are aware of it. They're going to break off.
Gonna need to see that Dawnbreaker ult come in. It's coming in.
It's not in a great spot. He's by himself, but
fire. Omni Slash comes out, but it only hits the Centaur, and it's just absorbed. It did. Rufio couldn't even scratch the Centaur in that one.
yeah, OD putting out damage, but he's kind of on his back feet here. He's looking like that
Damage
sniper in the last game.
Like it's not going to be enough, and Octavine may. Oh my goodness! This big ult from the OD won't be able to overwhelm Last of Us. Start to really move back in that fight. Just take up a ton. Team wipe. Wow.
Yeah, the Lost Boys had the misfortune of just not having the space advantage. The Dire team was already there, ready to take Roche. They had vision up. The TPs
I think the Last of Us. I think Turkish Martha Stewart and our pal Smurf here are screaming at the guys to come back. We need help. We got to take this Roshan down. Why are you pushing tower?
yeah.
But splitting up duties and trying to take the most out of the map here.
Yeah.
Old Man and Pork Chop are saying, no, the tower is the most important thing. You guys can handle Roche.
I mean, they will pick up both objectives.
Lost. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. But I like it. How committed. Very committed to the tower here. Jakiro's getting pulled in by the Bat Rider into the Macro Fire, but also into the fire.
He wants to see the tower go down. That's his job. His only job on the team is to put down towers.
Yeah, I think they're cursing themselves a little bit here on splitting up there. I think just taking the Roche and moving back would have been, but maybe the creeps do it. Hey, what do I know?
Yeah, there we go. Commend the
The creeps
creeps.
did it.
The unsung heroes of Dota. Nobody ever pays enough homage to these creeps. Look at them battling away.
Very close to being denied, but the net worth leader at the moment, or maybe not net worth, but definitely last hit leader, Bloodseeker, just continuing to farm, but getting caught out here a little bit. My goodness, the Last of Us are just gonna gang him. That is a great pick.
Definitely will come back in this. Only for the next 60 seconds. Aegis on the DK, but one man down at the moment.
Low on mana, just kind of farming up.
Lost Boys will take the Tormentor. It's gonna be Sergeant Sarcasm.
Is taking damage.
Rider. Bat Ride Shard, let's see. Without looking, what is it?
Radiant's middle tower
trying to
is being
remember.
attacked.
Something about his... I want to say something about his Sticky Napalm. Oh yeah. Every other attack applies one additional Sticky Napalm. Remember there was a Manta build for this hero, right? I think
Yes.
they took that out.
They had to. It was completely and utterly broken.
It was like every attack was applying Sticky Napalm.
I don't think that lasted too long. Get the smoke coming out. Smoke coming out from the Lost Boys here.
They are pointing
Don't know.
themselves into a direction that is completely void of the Dire team.
I'm sure they're you know, they're like, damn it, they could be there. They're probably in their triangle, but definitely opposite ends of the map here, and gonna have to
Tumbleweeds, just tumbleweeds.
kind of potentially respond here. They
We do
Last
have
of
a
Us may want to go high ground.
Octavine now there does sense the push coming. Team's not with them at the moment.
Team's not with him, and they may need to be with him sooner rather than later here. Big damage coming out. Almost takes Smurf down, but
Oh, gonna punish the extension here.
wow. Wow, we got big backline damage coming out. Octavine gonna take down the Dragon Knight.
They gotta commit. They're committing themselves now, but Octavine's in the back.
Aegis is down. Buyback comes out from the Bat Rider.
Lufio gets the
Octavine's
Omni Slash
continuing.
out. Huge damage out.
Huge damage in the ult, and the Centaur is not going to be able to get out. Wow.
Ultimately,
Old man gets the pick off on the Bat Rider with a dieback.
it's gonna be a successful defense by The Last of Us.
And now we're seeing that that ability to just sort of be a bit more present in the team fight coming out from Rufio, getting that Agnum Scepter, and suddenly that net worth lead is not quite such a big gap here.
Yeah, I'll echo that.
Juggernaut's tempo is going to be, so much better now that he's got that scepter.
All over their structures.
Yeah, you see how now they have to kind of just pay more attention to the Juggernaut now, which is taking attention off of Octavine, who's able to just dish out massive damage from the back.
And that's what you count on, is as soon as you take that attention off the OD, that's exactly what they want, because that's when the damage starts coming out.
Really starting to look very strong on the Lost Boys. As these fights shake out, it's like the swap on the Venge is going to start to play a major effect in saving any hero that's potentially caught out of position. Rick's Cow working on a BKB, that's going to allow him to end in the middle of the fight and just be a presence with a Starbreaker and an extra body to have to worry about.
Yeah, the Harpoon, a nice pickup on Dawn as well.
I do see an Agnum Scepter on the Bounty Hunter. Gonna be able to allow the hero to still dish out damage while not having to commit themselves too deep into a fight that starts to get a bit out of hand for the hero. You don't necessarily want to have to build tankiness and stats on the hero, so being able to kind of throw out your shuriken tosses and affect more heroes is gonna kind of keep you effective for the late game fights.
Yeah, interesting work that the bounty hunter does, and an old man doing it really, really well in this game. Just getting a lot of vision down, taking out couriers, getting tracks out, dealing that damage.
Even these little pokes that we see here and the ability just to have sustained view, he's off in terms of
It's huge. You know, it's setting up these big plays. Like Venge is getting absolutely nuked down here. Big damage coming out again from OD. A force to be reckoned with. They're gonna Dragon Knight very, very low. Omni Slash comes out.
I want to fight in the Macropyre, but the heroes
Huge damage coming out. Centaur dealing the punishment here. Big
Let's
stun.
Seeker
Octavian's
coming out. That Agnum's comes online. Suddenly he's got that extra life,
there
but
it is. And wow.
it's enough to take the Bloodseeker down. That's
Wow,
3 for
what
4.
a fight.
Great Macropyre by the Jakiro, and the team was doing well to kind of stand in it, forcing the enemy team to kind of fight in it. You see how the Centaur is just a big beef machine. 5k health. It'd be a bit tricky to take down. Able to get some damage down on this tower. It's not going to be a full-on push here, but the heroes.
This is what Centaur loves. He doesn't care. He wants the tower to hit him. He's just going to deal that retaliate damage to it, and creeps are on their way. So
They are lingering a bit.
Cat Rider definitely doesn't want to make a play on that Centaur. Doesn't want to lasso him. Maybe looking for Old Man, but he's elusive.
Not sure if they want to stay too long here. Not a whole bunch of kill potential between the Centaur and the Bounty Hunter alone.
No, they need to consider the fact that Venge and Jug are basically up. So I'm a little surprised at how long
Yeah.
Bat Rider grabs him with the lasso. Dawn
Let's get the
in
kill.
with Juggernaut's here.
But now they're gonna prove it. Now they're gonna fight this meaty Centaur.
Omni Slash is up, and if he gets this, he's at least going to secure one. He may not even have to use it. Wow.
There was a
Lost
point there.
Boys.
There's a point there you needed to get back.
Lost Boys are just exploiting that extra long stay. A little longer than needed, but
They did get the tower.
you get the tower.
And they did pick up a
Exactly.
kill.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna sheepstick for the OD. Only a great late game item. An extra one that can't really be dispelled or manted off. Well,
Dragon Knight's got to be careful here. Just gets burst down. I mean, got the tower, but cost him his life. He may be happy with that.
another tower down, but they need to be careful. They do have the like 15k net lead, but they are giving up a lot with these couple of kills that the Lost Boys were able to pick up.
Just a ton of damage coming out from both sides here. Each one can win a team fight. It's just, is it the team fight that's geared towards what they need in that fight? Bloodseeker gets his opportunity. He can take the OD down, but it really comes down to a lot of different things in these fights. Yeah, this can go either way right now.
For sure.
Incredibly close game. Got double damage rune sitting in bottom river here.
Bounty Hunter.
Catches that.
Let's spot the Roshan.
They're looking at objectives here. Tormentors are up.
It's a smoke. There is a smoke going off on the Lost
Centaur
Boys.
basically wants to take this Tormentor solo at this point. I love the attempt, but sorry, Martha Stewart, that's not going to work. Just trying to get the attention
That'd
of
be
the
the
team here.
longest battle ever. Centaur versus the Tormentor.
He started it, damn it, he's going to finish it, and they're going to take that Tormentor very easily.
Careful now, there is the smoke out. Bounty Hunter does see them. The smoke does pop. They do get the dust on them, but the rest of the team is there. It's going to be a full engagement. Both sides looking it out.
Bloodbright coming out from Bloodseeker. OD's down.
Oh no.
Buyback coming out from the Dawnbreaker coming in. This could be a big...
And the Jug. The Jug's doing a massive damage with that Omni Slash, but goes down.
Jug's not going to man up against the Centaur. It's too tanky. And that is a team wipe.
I did not see that one coming.
You know, that smoke play just kind of ended up working against them.
I can't believe how fast that thing just went down. I mean, buyback coming out from Jug.
I didn't see what took out the OD so quickly, but definitely went down. One of the first heroes to go down in that fight. They're going to pressure this tower. Back now on the OD. Knight's going to focus the buildings.
But can't really go on the Centaur too much.
Too much.
Just simply too much.
Martha
Beef.
Stewart is cooking with steaks. 5.5k health on that Centaur.
434 move speed and a blink.
And a pipe to boot.
And a rattle cage and a plate mail. So that armor just jumped up to some pretty sweet numbers here.
I mean, even if you're as damage dealing as Juggernaut and the ODR, any amount of time you try to spend taking the Centaur down is going to be a commitment.
All that damage is going to be damage that wasn't dealt to heroes that you might have been able to kill. And that's what Centaur wants you to do. Yeah, come on. Hit me with that Omni. Ult me. Oh, Roach goes down easy. Going to be really tough to take down Dragonite twice.
Yeah.
Things just suddenly swinging hard towards the Lost Boys here. I'm sorry, The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm. The Dragonite's now sporting some decent damage items, Daedalus and the Bloodthorn. Dealing out a decent amount of damage himself. OD, the force that was OD is now... This is definite competition.
Well, I think the high ground defense will lend itself well. They can get the right, they can catch someone and drag him in with a lasso really quick. Pull him into some of that damage that Jug and OD can deal. I think they've got a good chance, but...
The net worth, 31k above on the Dire side. You can definitely see this gold paying off for them. Got a sheepstick on the Jakiro. On the Bounty Hunter. Even these supports are gonna be able to contribute a lot to these fights.
There's so much beef coming out, and right now Dragonite Smurf's not scared.
And the Macropyre, that Macropyre. OD fighting for his life, but not gonna be it.
Not gonna be enough.
Only the Aegis goes down. 3 heroes down on the side of Lost Boys. And the Lost Boys are finding themselves on the losing end here. This looks like it's it.
What an unbelievable quick turn here. Such a close game.
There
Well
it
played.
is. 2-0 for The Last of Us, picking up the second win. I don't know, the Lost Boys were looking good for a while. They
I really had them winning at couple different points throughout this whole match.
Absolutely. OD was like definitely at some points looking like a just a powerhouse, but as soon as like these heroes, they're first of all like very tanky heroes between DK and Centaur. These heroes got massive. And
Well,
Blood's
it's interesting because like at certain points, Jug looked like completely out of control, and then other times we were questioning like, has Jug done enough? He's really fallen off. He's got to catch up, and then we just saw the swings of this game
yeah,
all the way through, and again, you look at the graph here, it's not much different than the last game, but stayed even for almost basically 30 minutes before it started to turn a little bit, and you saw that in the net worth. But
yeah, just kind
really,
of dwindled to the Last of Us side. I mean, you see with Juggernaut, it's tricky, right? Like the hero centers very much around its ult. And if the ult just kind of goes off, the circumstances aren't in your favor, you might just end up finding yourself ulting a big, massive centaur that will just absorb. Even though you've got items and damage on the hero, like, if it just doesn't work out that way, it almost feels like your
yeah.
hero's not doing anything. And that's,
Well, and that's the thing, right? And you go, well, Scepter, but that's only really good if you're up against some squishy supports that you can go and find and pick off.
yeah,
What opportunity was there? Jakiro's kind of tanky.
yeah,
That would be your best bet against these big beefy heroes, and Bloodseeker's questionable if you really want to start to. You could burst him down if he's alone, but they're not alone very often. Old Man was kind of the unsung, maybe not even unsung, but just played the hero really well. Was it just a nuisance from minute one all the way through that game?
for sure. Being able to just like, just, just do tiny little pokes on the enemy, scoping out vision, seeing what they're moving, like that's the start. That's the start of a winning strategy. It's just that sort of tiny little engagement that you can kind of perpetually do throughout the game. Certainly did
Yeah,
that
like
well.
three career kills just on Jug alone in the early game. I mean, I've played carry enough times to know how annoying that is, and you're just it drives you crazy. Like, how is this guy doing this? But you also can't go over there because
Certainly making a stock of wards, sentry wards. It would be good to see like the vision layout, and it's not something I was able to pay attention too much to, but all the vision on both sides of each team kind of played out. All in all, great matches though. I think both teams just like put up a good fight, even though it kind of went into The Last of Us's favor. Like Lost Boys put up a good fight. Definitely moments in there that looked good for them.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, two great games. Each one, I had either one of these teams winning both of those games at any given point. But yeah, super well played and really really good.
Do you want to do captain interviews? Oh, I might be too late on it. Uh,
I mean, I'll jump in if you're going in.
sure. They can usually come in here.
Oh, fair enough. I subbed for the captain.
Interesting. Hello.
Hello,
Oh, is it Gade Master?
that's me.
Nice, nice victory you
Hello,
pulled off
hello.
there. You're subbing in for
What's
the
up?
captain. Is this
Yep.
is this a coup that you're playing on the team, or just kind of a 1 week thing?
No, it's not a queue. It's just 1 week.
Really
Uh,
well played.
Thank you.
Super super close games. Like fun to watch. Really fun to try to comment on and cast a little bit. But your mid lane matchups were super super entertaining to watch,
hmm.
especially
Yeah,
game one.
Yeah, I've been called a bit of a monkey.
Yeah. Um, Game one, Void Spirit.
Wow.
Amazing performance on the Void Spirit. So I was
Thank you.
thoroughly impressed. Um,
Yeah, it's my best hero.
Definitely able. Like there was one point you were just standing on the low ground by yourself. Five of the Lost Boys just sitting up on their high ground, but it's completely just getting thrashed by you and unable to just pin you down. It's a impressive sight.
Yeah, I'm pretty slippery with the Void Spirit. Definitely my best hero.
Mhm.
So
Shh, you're
people
not
are
supposed to
shocked
tell
they
him
let it
that.
through.
Quiet, quiet.
The cat's out of the bag. People
It
find
wasn't
out.
it wasn't a surprise to see three different spirit heroes banned out in the second game. Uh,
I do play them all, so there's that.
How do you feel about the sniper matchup? Playing against a
You
sniper?
know, it's annoying early. I'll say this: he's definitely a good player, and I'd like to blame myself for those deaths, but he definitely played well to get those kills, so I'll give him credit for that. But I know that with that matchup, the way that goes is that once we both hit level 6, I kind of just kill him.
Yeah,
So I managed to hit level 6 around when he did, despite the deaths, and that's what you saw happen.
yeah, for sure. I personally am a sniper loather. I play mid at times, and as soon as I'm matched up against a sniper, I kind of roll my eyes because it doesn't feel like it's much of a lane at all.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I have heroes I feel that way about. It just happens to be that sniper is not one of them because for the heroes I play, I kind of just kill them.
Yeah,
But if I played different heroes, I would feel that way.
certainly the spirits are a great tool against it.
yeah,
Oh
that
yeah.
ability to get on top of the hero and deal that damage is yeah, it was fun to watch.
Did you guys like in terms of game one to game two? Is there any sort of strategy changes that you made on the fly, or was that kind of just like by the book of what you were expecting?
Well, they banned Gabe Old Man. They banned his heroes again, so I know he's good on the bounty hunter. And I heard like Speed say in a video that it's the most cracked hero, so I told him to pick it. And then from there, it kind of just fell into place. We needed stuns for Jakiro. We needed a stun, and then he offered to play Jakiro, so we picked that. And then I think Thirst Boy wanted to play Bloodseeker, but they like first picked it the first game, and he did really good on that. That was a pretty impressive performance. I think he played very well. And
Yeah, he
then
hung in there and got some great farm.
yeah, he really did. I was super impressed because the jug early was like kind of crushing it. And like I thought Thirst was doing well, but then I looked at Jug and I'm like, oh my god, that is free farm. But Thirst really hung in there and did what he needed to do, which was pretty awesome. And then the Centaur, that was a pretty impressive performance, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what was going on, why he was farming the ancients in the beginning when he like kind of just giving Jug the free lane, but whatever he did, it ended up working out by the end. So and he did play really well, so I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, I was surprised. I at one point just looked over at the centaur and like, holy crap, this hero's got 5k health and just
Yeah,
an absolute beast in the team fights.
I mean,
I,
honestly, finished the match with a 951 XPM. That's doing Centaur right. And
yeah,
I was commenting throughout the game on the horsepower build and the bracers, and I've been trying it out, and he did it probably the best I've seen. So
yeah,
yeah,
he
that
did
was
well.
standout performance.
I'll give him credit too. We told him to switch to a pipe instead of that heart, and it worked pretty
Yeah.
Yeah,
well.
we
It was
were
really
calling for
good.
the pipe early game as well. Like you're gonna need to see a pipe here, and
Yeah,
it made a
yeah.
difference for sure.
You guys probably realized before we did. I realized it when like we got like team wiped or 4 of us died. I'm like, we probably need a pipe there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm personally a pipe enjoyer myself.
Yeah, it's a nice item, especially against like that ODL. Just kind of turns it from like insta killing your whole team into like little tickle.
Were there any points in the second game where you're starting to get worried, or are you feeling like even though
Yes,
OD was
like
looking, yeah,
me personally, I just like I didn't necessarily feel like I was playing super poorly, although I probably was. But I just like looked and I was like probably like 1,500 gold behind where I needed to be. I'm like, all right, this is just not going to be a game where I can play well like the first game.
mhm,
But I did what I needed to do. I got once I got once I got the blink, I did kind of feel like I was doing a little more in terms of just getting to the back line and blinking and then queuing and then doing Mask of Madness to delete someone.
Hmm.
Even if I died, I felt like I took someone with me, which was kind of a contribution, which is fine considering that like Gabe and Turkish kind of popped off, and then Thirst Boy came in at the end. So I feel like I kind of moved into a support role, but it was what we needed.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you were still dealing damage, and I think when you're so used to playing those mobility heroes, just getting that blink dagger is enough to make you feel back in that comfort zone a little bit more, and you can start to make a little bit more plays happen. But yeah,
Yes, the issue is just I die for it because I don't have a second blink to get out.
Hmm. Hmm.
but there was a lot of beef coming out from your whole side, like even down to the Jakiro. Like that was the trick. It's like to burst any of you down is going to be a real challenge. So
Yeah, it did take a lot from them to burst us down. That was good. I can't say we drafted that on purpose,
it
but
worked out.
it did work out that way. Yeah.
Awesome. Well played. Getting 2 wins now. How did your first week go? I don't think I caught. I think I caught
I'm
the
not on
first
the
game,
team.
but
I am just a sub. I'm not I'm subbing for the captain.
gotcha.
He had something he had to do this week, so I can't really speak to it.
Fair dues. Fair dues.
Yeah, we went. I think they went 0-2. I was out on like a vacation, and Beef Bomber, the captain, played. I'm pretty sure they played against No Limit, and they had a hard fight. I kind of watched the VOD, and they had a really good fight at the end of game 1, where they had a really good ancient stand on the high ground. And then game 2 kind of slipped away from them pretty quickly.
Hmm. Nice. I'm gonna catch. I think I got the first half of game 1. I'm gonna catch myself up on the first game there. I'm sure we're gonna be playing you guys at some point, so looking forward to that matchup and
Yeah, me too.
definitely eyeing these spirits. Well, we're gonna see if you're
If I
playing
sub
in
for them,
these. Yeah.
there is no coup. I'm not. I mean, I'd love to be invited back if they ever need me. I'll play,
Mhm.
but there is no coup. This was a 1 week wonder
Okay.
as of now. Like he'll be back. I have no problems with any of them. So yeah, I'll be rooting for them though. Maybe I'll cast or something.
For sure. Awesome. Well,
All
thanks,
right.
guys.
See you guys later.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.
No,
All right. Well, thanks, Drum. Thanks for sticking this out for game 2. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun, man. Yeah, absolutely. Had a blast. I'll probably never. I'll probably watch about 2 seconds of this and listen to myself and go, I'm never gonna ever watch this because I've never cast the game before and I don't know if I could handle it. But we'll see how it turned out, man. It was fun. It was a blast.
I thought you did an awesome job, and I thoroughly had fun with it. So thank you.
Yeah, same to you. You know what? I mean, it's a really good study when you consider we are going to be playing these teams. There's some upside to watching 2 of their games and watching them pretty closely. So
Well, we'll talk more about this, but not live.
yeah, man. Well, catch you for some games tomorrow. Have a good night.